Hi, my name's Katiraee, and I'm a certified Dubsado specialist. And in today's video, we're going to talk about using Dubsado to automate some of the tasks that help you prepare your clients for their photo shoot. So we're going to do that using workflows. Here, I have an example of a pre-session workflow. So your client has submitted their proposal, they've selected their package, signed their contract, and paid their invoice. And then that workflow, if you're using workflows, would kickstart this one, or you could manually apply this workflow and automate a lot of the tasks that help your clients prepare. Why would you need to use a workflow? A lot of times photographers are sending questionnaires, they're sending guides, they're sending reminders, and trying to juggle all of that for multiple clients can be a little bit tiring. So using workflows is a great way to help you automate a lot of those tasks. And just, you don't have to remember. Dubsado's doing that heavy lifting for you, sending the questionnaire, the reminders, the guides, the, blog posts, whatever it is that you're sharing with your clients can be done through Dubsado and help them prepare for their session, but also not taking up your time either, right? So let's go through the steps of this workflow. And to be clear, this is just an example. I've said this in a lot of my other videos. Everyone's business is unique. So the great thing about Dubsado is that you can tailor it to your business, right? If you don't want to send the steps the way that I'm sending them, at least seeing this video will help you think of ideas and ways to use Dubsado to automate your business. Maybe the steps aren't identical, but they might be similar. And just seeing how I do it can help you come up with a workflow that is tailored to your business. So the first steps are basically changing project status to booked and activating the portal for them. So if you're using the portal, this is where you can do that. So you don't have to remember to do it. It will do it for you. Then the next step is sending the photography questionnaire. So this is technically the welcome email. And this is a mistake that a lot of people make in their workflows. They're trying to send the questionnaire, but they're using the send email function. So anytime you're sending a form or a scheduler in Dubsado, remember to use those options instead of send email. And what will remind you is that if you don't see a place to select the questionnaire, that means that you're using the wrong function, right? So I click send form and it asks me which form I want to send. So the photography questionnaire. And then below that, it's asking me, well, what email do you want to use to send that? And that's here, okay? So you can see inside of this email, I have the job start date and time. That would be the session date and time if you're using the project date as the session date. Dubsado is very nuanced. You can use it in a lot of different ways. You can use an appointment scheduler and the date of the session is the date of the appointment, or you can use the project start date as your session date. It's completely up to you. But in this case, let's, pretend that you're using that. This is what would be there. This is the address. It could be, if it's in their home, this works well. You could even use a smart field. If the address in Dubsado is your business address, you could use that as well, right? Business address, right? Instead of job address. Let's pretend this is a shoot at their home. This is where the button for the questionnaire is going to pop up. So that photography questionnaire is going to be linked over here in the smart field. This is their portal information because we've already activated the portal. And this is a guide that you can link. I always recommend put it in your Google Drive, set the settings to anyone with link can view, or you can do it in your website. That's actually even better on your website as like a hidden page, or you just upload the PDF to your website and use that link. It's up to you. There are multiple ways to do that. All of them work. And then add that link in here. That's not going to change, so it's great. You just set it in the canned email once and you're done. And then click apply, right? Then Dubsado has the function of sending a reminder if they have not completed their questionnaire in X amount of time. That X amount of time is obviously up to you. You have a lot of different options, right? So after the form is not completed, it's giving them a week and then it's reaching out to them. And here, it's important to watch for the photography questionnaire and then resend the same questionnaire. It's not going to create duplicates inside of the project. It is going to send the same one, right? So that's really nice. Just make sure you have the form link inside of the email that you're using and you're good to go. Then you want to send them a reminder about a week before their session. You can include, again, the prep guide in here. So You're going to reference the project start date and time and the location just to refresh their memory. And you're going to set that to 7 days before project start date. Then 24 hours before the project or before the session, you're going to send another final reminder. Some people put their phone number, text me, call me if you can't find the place, all of that. In this case, if it's their home, that wouldn't apply. But let's pretend it's an outdoor photo shoot and you've set the job address to the place that they're going to meet up with you. Then this message would be okay. Obviously, you can add more emails or less emails. You can make it however you want. If you have more guides that you want to share with them, additional questionnaires that you want them to fill out, all of that can be, this can be customized to fit that. Then what's going to happen is immediately after the project end date, so at the end of the session, you're going to kickstart the post-session workflow, which is where you send them their previews or their final link with their images. If they're going to purchase prints, you can also do it through their albums, all of that sort of stuff, feedback. I have a separate video where I go through that in more detail. But basically, you want to trigger this workflow to connect to that workflow so that the whole thing is automated so that you save time and you're, not glued to your computer sending out things all the time to your clients. So I hope that was helpful. If you need help with your Dubsado setup, I've helped tons of photographers automate a lot of the tasks from when people reach out to them, booking their clients, booking their sessions, doing all of this, onboarding their clients, then sending them all of the post-session information, going into albums and feedback and all of that. I can help you customize that and create it for all of the different services that you offer, whether it's wedding photography, newborn and maternity, portrait, all of the above. I can create a Dubsado setup that helps automate all of your services for all of your clients. So if you're interested, go to my website and book a free discovery call so we can talk about what it's like to work together. And I'll see you next time.